Hey everybody, it's Chamber Matt, and I am doing an introduction for our very first virtual online job fair for the South Kitsap area. Um, it was set to record. I didn't get it recording in time, so we'll cut off a little bit of the first speaker. Um, but I wanted to get things kicked off here. We kind of jump in the middle of it and listening to Crystal Nixon from the West Sound Workforce. Talking about unemployment situation in general. Don't know if this made the cut or not, but one of the things that she said, which is probably one of the most important parts, is if you have an opportunity to get a job, it's highly recommended that you take one. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on into this. And at the end, or down in the comments here, there should be a link to contact information for all of the presenters. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.
We know the market's great now, but we don't know how long that will be. So as people are coming off of their unemployment and scooping up those jobs, it's really important to know that it's not going to be forever. So you don't want to wait too long and have all those jobs be gone. So starting to plant those seeds, start making connections, start applying, and just getting your feelers out there is going to be really important. Regardless of what your availability is right now, making those connections is really important right now. So that's just a little bit of my own personal insight and kind of the things that we see as a staffing company. And just to kind of circle back, my name is Crystal Nixon, and I am a senior recruiter with West Sound Workforce. And for those who are unfamiliar, West Sound Workforce is a professional staffing agency, and we have offices in Kitsap and Pierce counties. And we've been serving the South Puget Sound region for over 20 years, and our primary focus is local. So Kitsap County and Pierce County is our primary bread and butter. Ultimately, we want to keep our job seekers within about 20, 30 miles of your own home. And especially right now, in these times, kind of staying close to home is really important. So that is something that's always been a core value of ours. We do have 2 offices and 4 recruiters between those 2 offices. And despite our separate locations, we are all one big happy family, and we operate as one team. And what separates us from other staffing companies in the area is not only our local roots, but the fact that our recruitment team is made up of experienced human resources professionals. So we aren't interested in just plugging a hole with a warm body. We want to look at both the skills fit and the culture fit, and we're here to make meaningful placements and be a trusted resource for job seekers in our community. Sometimes you've got skills that you've accumulated over a long or short career, but those aren't necessarily the skills that you want to keep using. Or maybe you've got great skills, but you haven't had luck on finding an employer that you felt was a good fit for you to be able to devote your time to. So that cultural fit and skills fit and finding that right pair is really what we're about. And we want to learn as much as we can about our job seekers' preferences so that we can try and make the right kind of matches with local employment from there. Not only are our services completely free to job seekers, West Sound Workforce works within just about every industry and every skill level. And we provide temporary, temp to hire, and direct hire services to our client companies. And I do want to clarify, because I know there might be a lot of questions about what that means. And to break it down for anybody who might be unfamiliar with staffing, local employers come to us to help them fill their current openings. So we're headhunters, if you will. And some of our employers are only looking for temporary employees, in which case there is a defined end date. We know it will come to an end sometime. And temporary assignments can range anywhere from 1 day to 6 months or longer. And sometimes they can turn into a long-term permanent role. That's always a possibility. But because it's not the initial intention, we don't ever guarantee that. But the reason that employers might seek temporary help is it can really vary depending on their needs. From they have a leave coverage, they have increased production, they have special projects, or things along those lines. Our temp to hire placements are intended to be long-term. Most employers have that 90-day window when they're getting to know you. And during that time, you'd be on our payroll, but working with that client company. And at the end of that 90-day period, then you're eligible to convert to the client company's payroll as their permanent employee. So that's a really great time within a temp to hire capacity for employees to get to know a role. And then you also have us, your recruiter, as your support system. So as you're getting used to that new role, if you have questions that you're not comfortable bringing up to your employer, or you have questions about, you know, what the role means, or maybe there's an issue on site that you're not quite comfortable with, that's where we come in. We want to be the resource for our employees out there. You're never alone on an island. So we are always there to support our employees throughout the duration of their employment with us. And fit is important. And if it turns out that it's not the right fit for you, let us know. And we would love to be able to connect you with another employer that would be a better fit. Because just because you might not be a great fit for one doesn't mean you're not going to be an amazing employee somewhere else. So that's where that fit comes in. And that's what makes our job super exciting, is when we can make those right kinds of connections. Finally, we also provide the direct hire placements, which is exactly what it sounds like. And in this case, this is where the employer gives us a role to source for, and we play matchmaker, and the candidate is never on our payroll. We introduce you to the client company, we facilitate the interviews, present the offers, and if you're hired, then you and the client company shake hands, part ways, right off in the sunset from there. When you use a staffing company, it is a great way to supplement your job search. While you're doing your own thing, you're applying, networking, and interviewing, we're working for you in the background. If you're registered with us and we have your information in our database, we can find your info and we can reach out to you via phone, text, or email if anything crosses our desks that we think you might be a great fit for, and then we'll gauge your interest. Likewise, working with staffing is a two-way street, so you can also keep an eye on our open positions via our website, and if you see something that meets your fancy, you can apply directly to it as well. Currently, our local job openings include various clerical support, accounting, customer service, and we also have several manufacturing and skilled trades positions open as well that we're looking for both entry-level and experienced candidates for. And if you visit our Facebook page, West Sound Workforce, I had posted a hot jobs post for today that gives a brief little snippet. And you can follow us on Facebook as well, and that can kind of show you what's happening right now and what's immediately hiring. But just in general, all of our listings can be found on our website, westsoundworkforce.com, or you can also text us. You'll want to text jobs to 253-853-3633 to get a detailed list of our current openings. It is important to note, though, when you're working with staffing, that our openings are continually changing based on our employer's needs. And some of our positions don't actually make it up to our website. They could be confidential, or we know we have enough candidates in our database. Therefore, the best suggestion I can give to job seekers is to register with us by completing our simple online application and attaching your resume. Because if we have your information, then we can reach out to you and gauge your interest. And you're never obligated to move forward with anything. We just want to be a resource for you out there. Some of our employers only post their jobs with us, so you won't find their openings anywhere else. So it's a really, really great resource to be registered with us and kind of have us kind of in your back pocket there, because recruiters, having them on your side, there's never a bad thing that happens with that. If you don't have a resume and you are interested in creating one, your local employment security work source office is a fabulous resource to help you get started. And a lot of people can confuse us with work source. We are West Sound Workforce. WorkSource is the employment security department. They're a great resource to local jobs openings as well if you're not already signed up with them. That is a free place for local employers to be able to post their positions. So definitely get in with WorkSource as well. Once you're established with WorkSource, then you hop over to West Sound Workforce and you register with us to kind of get it both ways for you there. So that's just kind of a little snippet on who we are. We encourage anybody who's interested to please reach out and ask questions. You can text us at that 253-853-3633. And that particular line goes to both of our offices. So our recruiters are constantly monitoring that, and we can answer any questions that you might have. And thank you so much for the opportunity to speak with everybody. This is an amazing opportunity to be able to reach the South Kitsap region and the greater kind of Kitsap as well. And we wish everybody the best of luck in their job search, and we hope to see you apply with us at West Sound Workforce.
Super. Thank you, Crystal. Is there, as an employee or as a job seeker, is there a fee that they pay you, or is it always paid for by the employer?
That's a great question. The employer pays for all of our services.
Okay.
So the job seeker, you can apply, you can interview, all that good stuff. You can be accepted into a position. We're never going to play with your money. We want you in a position so we can pay you. The employers are the ones that pay for our services. Our employers recognize the value of their employees, and the value that a little bit of human resource knowledge, and just our established roots here. We've got a really great connection to a lot of different employers and different kinds of skill sets in our job base. So just kind of an all-around fabulous resource.
Cool. Okay. Thank you, Crystal. I think you got a question in the chat there. If you want to look at that, you can maybe answer that now, or they can go ahead and contact you. I see Leslie answered the one question for everybody. So let's jump on over to Victor. And Leslie, since you're so helpful, you can be on deck.
Great. Thank you.
All right, Victor, what's up, man?
Hi, everybody. I'm Victor Thompson with the Thompson Agency and Farmers Insurance. Pretty simple. We sell insurance. We sell home, auto, life, and business insurance all the way across the board. We actually address several different interesting businesses here in Kitsap County and across the state. We are currently looking for a marketer and a phone marketer as well. So, and I'm always open to anybody who's looking to be an insurance agent. The marketer position here is an entry-level position. You do not have to have any experience with insurance. It is a W-2 paid position with commission. So it's a great opportunity to come in and learn the insurance industry and train to get your licenses to be an actual agent, and then be able to go on to a producer level where you're making a lot more money. And you can do that with us here at the agency. Pretty simple. It's part-time. So it's going to be 20 hours a week guaranteed for the first 3 months. After 3 months, we'll look at going to full-time if it works out for both of us. I'm just looking for somebody who's energetic, ready to put their best foot forward, and is not afraid to pick up the phone and actually talk to somebody. So, and we have a pretty busy office. Our phone rings pretty regularly, and we have quite a few walk-ins that come in, as we're located right next door to the DMV, which they're now asking for proof of insurance at registration. So, with that being said, I'm Victor Thompson with the Thompson Agency and Farmers Insurance. We do also offer a competitive package with Colonial Insurance after 90 days, so for employees. You can reach us at 360-602-6999.
All right. Thank you, Victor. Again, Victor's located right there at the corner of Bethel and Sedgwick, across from the Fred Meyer. So it's a real easy place to get to. So if you're interested in selling insurance, go ahead and give Victor a call, and we will pass his information on a little bit later. Next up, we have Leslie from Skookum. Talk to us, Leslie.
Could have sworn I hit that. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for offering this opportunity for us to share our employment opportunities. And also, we're excited to meet job seekers and fellow employers looking out there as well. We're all in the same boat right now, which is interesting place to be. So Skookum is a great company. It's been around for over 30 years. If you've been in this area, you may have watched us evolve from, that port. Actually, we started in Port Townsend, and then a little spot on the corner of Callow, if anybody remembers that. And we now occupy what was the old Bremerton Dodge building, and we've made it ours. So you can't miss us when you're driving around that bend in Gorst by the freeway. And we are Skookum Contract Services. So we have contracts throughout the United States. We're in 13 different states at the moment, and we're continually growing, seeking additional or gaining additional contracts. We're actually typically sought out, so our reputation sells itself to the next person who wants to use our services. And I want to say to everyone, one of the first questions I get is, contractor, are you a employee of Skookum? And yes, if you are applying for one of our positions at skookum.org, then you would be an employee of Skookum if you were interviewed, selected, and hired. So we are not a contractor in the sense that we, I-9, those kinds of things. As Victor said, you would be a W-2, you would receive a W-2, and you would be paid an hourly wage. And so more information about all of our current positions locally and nationally, in case anybody would like to share across the United States. We're in, just to name a few, you know, East Coast, Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Maryland, just a few on that side, and kind of Midwest, Kansas, Arkansas. We've got a couple things there. So feel free to take a look, and on our website, you can search by location. You can also search by the type of job that you're looking for example, full-time, part-time. We will identify if it's temporary. Absolutely. We'll let you know that it might be just a kind of a seasonal grounds position or something like that. So you can even search if you're looking specifically for that kind of position, or even wanting something more full-time or long-term. And the job descriptions are listed there. The way that you would submit your application online, and then feel free to you know, check in on that application. You can follow up and see the status of it through our system. And as far as what Skookum is as a whole, I think my favorite part about Skookum, and I've got to meet some of the neatest people, and it's a very inclusive place as far as supporting people with disabilities. And that's actually our mission, is creating opportunities for people with disabilities. And so people that maybe have been struggling to gain competitive employment in other areas, I've had some people come to me and say, you know, I've been struggling with this learning disability for a long time, and I just wasn't trained. You know, nobody took the time to train me. I only had one day to train, and then I was put on the job and was expected to learn and produce all the same as, you know, their peers. And as far as that goes, we offer additional accommodations. We're an Ability One contractor, which means that we maintain at least 75% or more of our workforce with people with disabilities. And so disabilities, I like to say that there's no list that we go off of as far as Ability One goes. Often people hear disability and they think you know, that it's on the SSI or SSDI. We'll have to be receiving that to be considered, and that's not true. We look at the more holistic picture of the candidate, in the sense that, like I said, if they're maybe not able to maintain or gain competitive employment, perhaps because of their disability and because of those barriers to employment that shouldn't be there, then, you know, that's where we would be able to offer additional accommodations and assistance. So please pass that on. There's, like I said, not a list, but it can be anywhere from mental health, learning disabilities, behavioral, psychological, physical, of course. So things like that, you know, like I said, very inclusive here at Skookum. And if you have any questions about any of those details that I mentioned, please feel free to log on to our website. There is a contact us form, and it will come to us, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. So thank you so much.
All right, thank you. We have got, I'm gonna just throw somebody into the bus here. And Rachel, I didn't warn you that you were on deck, but you are. Nope, you're up to bat now.
Perfect.
And we're gonna go ahead and get Crystal at Express here. You're on deck now, so everybody's been duly warned. So Rachel, you want to go ahead and jump on in?
Yeah. So my name is Rachel, and I work for Kitsap 911. I've worked at Kitsap 911 for 13 years now, and I am the HR specialist. So I'm sure you've all seen me at job fairs or have tested with us at Kitsap 911. And just so you know, we're located in Bremerton, Washington, and we are an award-winning emergency dispatch center. So every year we either win supervisor awards, we win team awards for dispatching, how we handle emergencies, all that fun stuff. Let's see, we offer a generous benefit packet. So we include competitive salary, medical, dental, vision, paid sick leave, PERS, retirement, and much more. Yeah, I mean, we're just a really good employer to work for. Like I said, 13 years I've been there. So, I mean, that speaks a lot for itself. For the positions that we have open, we have one position open for a public safety systems technician. So the minimum qualifications for that position are a high school graduate or a GED and 2 years experience in personal computer maintenance, technical help desk, graphical information systems, and radio communications. That position is open until filled, but if you're interested, apply now as interviews are scheduled for September 11th. So there's that one. And then our famous position that's open twice a year is our public safety telecommuter trainee position. So that position is an entry-level position to 911 dispatch call receiving. No experience required. We just ask you have a high school diploma or GED, can type 35 words a minute, have a Washington State driver's license. We also ask that you have 1 year experience in some kind of fast-paced, multifaceted employment. So Starbucks, babysitting, anything that you're doing more than just sitting there answering phones. We're doing 10 different things at once. That's what you do at 911 all the time. That position does open on September 14th, and it will close on October 5th. But with our 911 dispatch positions, the time frame to hire is pretty lengthy. It lasts about 4 months, and that's because the testing involved. We have interviews, we have backgrounds, we have medical exams and psych exams. So the position does close October 5th, but the hire date will not be till January 18th of 2021. But I can tell you, it is worth the wait. So if you want to work for Kitsap 911, you want to be that unseen hero and answer those 911 calls and dispatch for our law enforcement and fire, then come work for us. Let's see. And with that position, the starting wage just for your entry-level position is $24.22. That's just you working for 911. To start us is $24.22. So that is pretty good. Every year, you do get a step increase. It's not based on your performance evaluation. Every year on your anniversary date, you will get a step increase. And let's see. So all employees at Kitsap 911 are considered essential personnel. And that's because we are a 24/7 emergency facility. So during all types of weather events, emergencies, you will be required to stay at Kitsap 911 if needed. So that's another thing to think about. And you will work nights, holidays, weekends, you know, all of that. I think that's it. And for more information about these positions, just go to our website at kitsap911.org. And you can see, you know, all the positions we have open and learn more about Kitsap 911, learn about our executive board, our directors, our annual reports are on there for the last couple of years. So you can see all the employees that work there, and you can see how we've evolved through the years.
All right. Thank you, Rachel. Keith, you're on deck, and right now I've got Crystal Thomas from Express Employment. She's joining us. Welcome, Crystal, and why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're looking for?
Perfect. Good morning, everyone. I'm Crystal Thomas. I'm the owner here at Express Employment Professionals. You have Josephine, who is my office service specialist. We have 4 recruiters here, so we do industrial, commercial, office services, administrative positions, and professional direct hire positions. So we kind of do it all, and skilled trades. So it depends on which desk you get to. We have a lot of open positions. There are a lot of people hiring. We have a lot of accounting and finance, AP, AR, entry level up to fully skilled. I have full charge bookkeepers open. I have a staff accountant open. I have payroll specialist open. So a lot of accounting and finance, which is great that that's coming back right now. Just starting to get some marketing and sales. So I need some inside and outside sales people across Kitsap County. And I'm looking at the job board over my shoulder here. And we also need skilled trades, CDLA driver. I need a propeller technician, which sounds really cool. You need to have a secret security clearance. So if you've just gotten out of the military and that security clearance is only 2 years old, I can get you that job right away. Full benefits, full retirement package. I need a RV technician, so someone who's got plumbing, electrical, and construction skills to work on that, and glass glaziers, glass technicians. So you can see we're pretty broad, big variety. Some of those are direct hire positions, so you go directly onto the employer's payroll, and some of those are evaluation hire, like Crystal, because only Crystals work at staffing agencies. So Crystal at West Sound talked about, we have that evaluation hire type position. There used to be one at People Ready too, so it was really confusing. So we have some evaluation hire. If you're on those evaluation hire where you're on our payroll, we have full benefits, we have holiday pay, sick pay, and even retirement available on that. So you can apply with us on Facebook. You can apply with us on our website, which is expresspros, PROS.com/Bremerton, and I'll throw it in the chat when I'm done as well. Or you can download our Express Jobs app, and what's great about that is every time you open it, it will show you all of our open jobs within a radius that you choose that you want to drive in. So that's us. I'm Crystal. We have Josephine's going to jump back in so I can go back to putting people to work. Have a great day.
Thank you. Hey, Crystal, before you go, how is the no job search requirement for unemployment? Has that affected the job market much?
There are definitely quite a few people that are not looking for work. So it's made sourcing a little difficult as we go out and kind of, what we do is we're just out digging through resumes to try to find people for our employers. And there's a lot that don't contact back for that reason. Or we get the ones that contact and then never show up for a resume for that reason, or an interview, I'm sorry. But there are still a lot of people out there that, especially in kind of, I think that's why we're seeing so much accounting finance, is they're, you know, they've lost their job because their company's downsized. They're not the type of people that want to sit at home on unemployment anyway. So we're finding a lot of people kind of moving from job to job. So they're looking for an upgrade in a job, that sort of thing. So pay rate being competitive is very important in that.
Yeah, and I think that was a point that Crystal, the other Crystal,
Us Crystals are smart.
I know, yeah. Is that, you know, if you got a job opportunity, take it. And, you know, you need to be out there looking and taking what you can, because pretty soon it would be my hope that jobs are hard to find and that our unemployment rate is so doggone low. But go ahead and take a job when you can, as soon as you can. So, and I want to encourage all of the employers to make sure that we have in our office all of your guys' contact information, whether it's your Facebook page, your website, email addresses, phone numbers, whoever you would want people to call. As soon as we gathered all that information up here within, you know, within minutes, we hope, of getting this done, we will be able to forward all that information out to everybody who is registered for this event. So right now, we're gonna jump over to Keith from Colonial Life. Keith, what you got going on?
So thanks, Matt. Actually, Colonial Life is kind of a misnomer. We deal more with employee benefits, much like Aflac, but I'm local. My district is all of the Olympic Peninsula, so I have clients all the way out to Clallam County, down to Ocean Shores, all through, you know, Shelton and Elma, and all those areas over there, that into Gig Harbor, north part of Tacoma. So I spend a lot of time recruiting agents to work in those areas. I have clients as large as, my largest client is 400 people up in Clallam County, the county of Clallam, to smaller individual, you know, 3 or 4 person employers that want to put some kind of benefits in for their employees. And that's what we offer. We offer employee benefits. We put people out there in the field that want to work with small companies and large companies that may want to beef up their employee packages or put employee packages in for the first time. It can be paid by the employer or by the employee, depending on how much the employer wants to contribute. Right now, we've got a huge new dental program rolling out. It's going to be competitive with, say, Delta Dental. It's going to be the first preferred provider network that we have. So we're going to be much different than the other voluntary benefit companies out there. and that we offer something very, very competitive. It can be very virtual, so I'm looking for people that might want to work from home some of the time, come into the office some of the time. I have agents in Tacoma, I have agents in Swim, I have agents that I'm working out and getting one in Hoquiam. So you don't have to necessarily be in the Port Orchard, even Kitsap area. It can be very virtual. There's a lot of flexibility, potential for growth. You can kind of build your own future and have your own income source coming in and be building a retirement nest egg at the same time. We provide all of the education for you to pass your state exams. We provide education for you to become an agent through Colonial. You work with Colonial and you know, for Colonial, but you work with me. We provide, the people who work best in this industry are people that want to help. They want to be an assistant to, you know, maybe they came from a healthcare field, or they have a kind heart and compassionate. Because we sell insurance that people want. They, you know, cancer insurance and accident plans. And the other people that really do well in this industry are people that come from the business side. They've owned a business, or you know, maybe they're a business consultant, or they've been in HR and they see how a strong benefit package can help a business grow, either to retain or recruit employees. And so both of those kind of different types of personalities do really well, you know, positioning employee benefit packages to business owners. Right now, I'm just looking for people that really want to work in a unique situation, that have flexibility in their schedule, that want flexibility. This is typically a Monday through Friday kind of position. There's very little things that happen on the weekends with business owners. So, you know, if you're looking for something to work around maybe a school schedule that you have to work with kids from home, maybe you're looking at something that's more flexible, where you have you know, both aging parents at home and maybe kids at home, or maybe even something that you want to do part-time. We can even talk about those options. So I'm going to be putting information in the chat box on an ad that I have on Career Builder, and you can reach out to me via that directly, or you can obviously contact me, and I'll be providing that information as well.
So Keith, is there licensing requirements, right? Insurance license?
There are. You'd need to be health and life license, which is 2 different licenses through the state of Washington. You can do all of that training virtually from the computer at home. You can take the test virtually from home now through the state of Washington. In fact, you can schedule, it appears as if you can schedule all the way through, you know, we had one person that was, one of the options was, I think 2 in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. So all different types of the day, you can take those tests around the clock. There is some cost to that, but we can talk about how that can be worked out. And then we provide all the training for actually starting with Colonial. But yeah, there is some testing that's required, but we provide all of the training for that as part of our onboarding for Colonial.
Outstanding. So I had a couple other people, a couple other employers that had signed up, and I don't know if they're not, I haven't identified them, but Ashley, I don't think Ashley is on here, is she? Don't see Ashley. And what about Paul? Paul, did you make it back on? I think he was on earlier. Doesn't look like Paul made it back on. And then
No, I'm here.
Oh, Paul, there you are. Your iPhone.
Yeah.
iPhone. Okay. iPhone. Paul.
Yes, sir.
He's a real face now too.
Yeah.
Paul, so why don't you tell us a little bit about what you've got going there?
Well, I'm Sergeant Abundis, one of 2 recruiters out of the Port Orchard Armory. Yes, we are still operating out of here. Basically, we have been a part of everything that's going on in the world right now. But we're the Army National Guard. We are a reserve component of the Army. We do 1 week in a month, a couple weeks in the summer. We have many career fields, which could benefit all the employers out here and many more, because we provide paid training for these individuals. We also have many benefits that help with paying for college, including a new one that was just approved, I believe, in April, which allows Washington State Army National Guard members to basically get a grant to go to Washington State colleges. So again, this helps employees as well as employers getting more qualified individuals. We recruit out of Port Orchard, but we have jobs all over the state. The closest units that we have are in Bremerton and Tacoma, but we've got hundreds of different career fields based anywhere from truck drivers to cooks. We've got clerical, we've got combat arms, we've got many to choose from depending on how a person scores and does on their physical. But the nice thing is these people remain local. They work for the various companies that are out there, except for 1 week in a month with us.
All right. Thank you very much, Sergeant Paul. There we go. I think we've got one more. We have all the employers done. Hopefully, you guys picked up some ideas and some opportunities. I think for me, being employed, the most important thing I learned though was actually from what Crystal said at West Sound, is that if you get an opportunity, take it. Take it now rather than sitting back and waiting for waiting for the unemployment to run out. Take the jobs when you get an opportunity. And but I do know that there are challenges out there with COVID-19, and as somebody mentioned, this online learning or remote learning in the schools is gonna play havoc with everybody's schedules. But I think that's all I have. If anybody wants to chat, you can throw anything back up here in the chat real quick. Jacqueline and I are going to work on getting the flyer together that we can send back out to everybody, all the job seekers. Employers, make sure you email us, admin@portorchard.com. If you want to add anything to the flyer, remember it'll be on our YouTube channel. We'll post a link to it on our Facebook page. So if you haven't liked our Facebook page yet, Port Orchard Chamber Community, please jump in and like that, and maybe you can hear about the next one. We do intend to do this again. I want to thank all of the employers that came out today, and all the job seekers. For our first time, I'm pleased with the results, and hope everybody else is also. So that's all I have. If you want to jump off,